Hello, welcome, North Wales Side by Side video. This is the introduction to the Toyota Aygo Cross Tips and Tricks series. But before I start making the videos on the tips and tricks, I just want to do a walk around of this Aygo Cross. This is Margaret's new car, the replacement car for the Yaris Icon that was written off in January by the double-decker bus. This is the car, the colour and the spec Margaret has chosen. It's actually a very, very pretty car in this colour. This colour combination with the black really, really looks good. So we'll start at the front. We've got projector halogen headlights. We've got fog lights in the front bumper. We've got 18-inch machine-faced alloy wheels on 175/60/18s, and it's fitted with Michelin tyres out of the factory, and they give the car a really nice ride. This one's on an ignition key. Power locks. It has a really, really nice deep boot with a very, very flimsy, it's not a parcel shelf, it's just a cover. We've got split rear seats. I'll put them down properly in a second and show you. It's a pretty car. It's a very, very pretty car. It's a lot bigger than the original Aygo that came out in 2005 because it's built on Yaris underpinnings. So there's a lot of Yaris in this car. The tailgate isn't all glass anymore. The original Aygo was a total glass panel. This one's got a metal surround on it. Just makes it a lot more solid. And they've kept lovely little touches that they've always had in the Aygo. The catches on the rear windows, that's always been an Aygo thing. It's a nice car. It's what you expect from Toyota. Nicely screwed together. For the price point, it's a really good car. We're just going to have a quick look at the Aygo X and just have a look at some of the features on the car. I'm not going into depth in this video, I'm just going to have a quick run around the car, what I think is nice, what I think is not. And I'm going to start at the front, under the bonnet. with Toyota's tried and tested 1 litre 3-cylinder engine. And just quickly looking around under the bonnet, what you need to get to in the respect of weekly checks are very well laid out. Screen wash is easy to get to and accessible, easy to fill up. Brake fluid reservoir is easy to check, it's visible, it's accessible, not like a lot of modern cars where it's hidden under a cowling, so that's nice. Engine oil dipstick, again very easy to get to. Little service items, air filter, it's on clips, again easily accessible. All this would have to come off to do the spark plugs, but that's not your worry if the car's under warranty, so we're going to look after that. But I suspect that's very easy to remove. Radiator cap, again accessible and easy to get to. Down here we have the expansion tank for the radiator with Toyota red fluid in it. Again, it's a visible check, low, high, and this one's sat perfect. Main fuse box is under the bonnet and easily accessible, and this has got a big battery on it. 584 amps cranking power. That's a stop-start battery because this has got stop-start technology on it. This car's on halogen headlights, and in the usual Toyota fashion, look how accessible them bulbs are. These are things you can change at the side of the road. That one again, easily accessible. These are on the passenger side, where there's a lot going on. They're easy to get to, I like that. Battery's easily accessible if you ever need to change it. One battery clamp there. Posts are easy to get to. That's easy to get out and service. Engine ECU lives next to it. That's this component here. Bulbs on the driver's side. Again, that's easily accessible. That one's easily accessible. I'm liking the layout of this car a lot. We're on a manual bonnet prop. Bonnet prop lives there. Let me just put it back up, put the bonnet down. Lives in a hole down there. That's where the bonnet prop lives, on the strut tower. Four stud wheels, so they'll be interchangeable with any 4-stud wheel Toyota if you ever want to change the wheels. They've put out of the factory, it's got an anti-chip coating on the edge of the door so you don't knock it on things. That's out of the factory, that's a nice idea. This door opens very wide. There's not a lot going on the door card. Lock, handle and electric window switch. Decent size door pocket. Passenger seat is fixed height. We're on a wheel for the backrest adjuster. I like a wheel rather than a lever. they're a little bit more easy to adjust and they're a bit more controllable. Seat moves back easy and easy. Nice big handle. We've got a single glove box on the passenger side, which has the wheel locking nut in it, Margaret's steering ball, and all the handbooks. On the side here, you can turn the airbag off if you've got a baby seat in the front seat. Airbag's located on the dashboard up here with a vent. That's another good idea by Toyota. If you ever have to replace airbags, this panel is removable and doesn't destroy the entire dashboard. That's nice. I've got the rear seat down at the moment just to show you it down, but again, rear door. As with the Yaris, it's not a 90-degree opening door, but let me move the seat and see what accessibility is like in the back, because getting into the car is very easy. It's a step up because it's quite a tall car. Door shuts with a nice that seat's as far forward as it'll go. I'm going to put that seat in my position as if I was a passenger, and let's see what legroom's like. That's my seating position. It's a small car, you've got to remember that. It's only a 4-seater as well. There's no centre seat and centre seat belt. I've got headroom in this car, that's quite good, and I'm 6'1". I do have leg room, and I can get my feet under the seat. That's good. Rear window is not a wind down window. It opens like that on a catch. That's something Agos have always done, right from day one. For short journeys, you could actually travel in the back of this car quite comfortably. You get 2 adults in the back of this car quite nicely. In and out, easy. A really deep boot. Do we have a spare wheel or not? We have a tyre repair kit and there is no space for a spare wheel. that's not a problem. We've got a tie down hook there. We've got another hook there. That is for pushing the seat. You've got a lot of room in there with the seats down. That's quite impressive for a small car. There is a step here, but you get that in a lot of cars, but it's at a price point, this car. Toyota's cheapest car that they make. Everything's easy to operate, easy to find. A cloth load cover. The boot is not all glass like on the original Aygo. They've actually put a steel frame for the boot hatch and then coated it in glass, because this entire panel is glass onto a metal frame. Single rear wiper, some very nice high level lights, reversing camera is above the number plate, and it's actually a very, very good reversing camera. This door's the same as the other side. Door handle and the release for the window. There's also child locks fitted on the back. Two electric window switches on the driver's door, and the adjuster for the electric mirrors, that's on the driver's door. Let's have a quick look inside the car at some of the features. Nicely sculpted seats in a really nice material. No adjustable headrest in the Aygo. The seat back is the headrest. Driver's seat does come with height adjustment. And again, a wheel for adjusting the backrest, and forward and backwards under the seat on that bar. Fuel release flap, tucked down here out of the way. Fuel release is always on the left or the passenger side if you're in the UK. Nice, easily accessible fuel cap. And somewhere to put, a place to put the cap whilst you're filling the car up so it's not dangling on the floor. And that closes nicely. We have a few controls. On this side of the dashboard we've got headlight adjuster, automatic headlights, traction control off, and that is for turning the auto start on and off. I don't like auto start, so I always turn it off. And the bonnet release is below, is there. This one's an automatic, so Self-explanatory: throttle, brake, nice footrest, driver's side floor mat that's secured to the floor. So what do we get presented with when we get into the car? Ignition key is very easily accessible. A very nice, concise, simple dashboard. Let me just close the bonnet and we'll have a quick look at some of the features on the car, what menus there are. We'll have a quick look at the centre screen, we'll have a quick look at the aircon controls and the gear lever, and then we've had a good look at the basic features of the car. Bonnet release whilst I'm here is in the middle of the Toyota badge, and it's very easy to get to. There it is. Right. For a little car, it's got a lot of features. Power windows front and rear. They're not one shot. You have to hold the button to make the windows go up and down, but that's nothing to worry about. You've got electric windows. Door handle, very easy to get to. Nice grab handle. Once again, a pocket in the driver's door. Car starts very nicely. Little animation on the screen as it starts up. It's simple and concise. In this bottom corner on the right hand side, we have the fuel gauge. We have an analog speedometer at the top. We have a rev counter on the left hand side of the dashboard, and all the warning lights are spread around these two corners. And you get your information screen in the middle with clock, lane assist, speed sign recognition, gear indicator, outside temperature, and that little symbol tells you which side the fuel door's on. And I've got the digital speedo set up on the dashboard at the moment, and we've got lots and lots of menus to go through in another video. That's a menu that anybody that owns a Yaris will be familiar with. We'll go through it in the future, but not in this video. I'm just giving you an overview of the car. It'll read text messages off your phone when they come through. It'll give you all your fuel consumption averages, its estimated range on what fuel's remaining in the tank. Yep, it's all standard Toyota stuff. Steering wheel, just quickly run over that. We've got our cruise control buttons here and speed limiter button. The button for setting speed, resuming cruise, the cancel button for cruise, the mode button for changing from radio, DAB, Bluetooth, skip tracks, change stations, steering assist button here on the steering wheel for turning it on and off, and the lane centering button. The other button on the steering wheel here is for when you're on radar cruise, for setting the following distance of the car you're following. They're all standard. That's all standard Toyota. We will, as I said, run through all that in another video. We've got our telephone button. We've got our back button. And we've got the joystick in the centre of the steering wheel for going through all the menus on the centre screen. We have a voice activation button, so you can ask the car to do commands, and you've got your volume controls. That's all standard Toyota. Airbag is in the middle of the steering wheel with the horn. Wiper controls are on the right. We've got auto wipers on this car with adjustable sensitivity. One flick up when you're not in auto. Screen wash pull towards you for the front windscreen. Push away for the rear wiper. All standard. Left hand stalk, all common sense, indicators left and right, high beam, flash lights, auto lights, side lights, headlights if you don't want to run auto, fog light switches front and rear. It's all standard. Then we've got the centre screen. We'll put it into Toyota centre screen. We've got the media button, FM, DAB, USB source, a Bluetooth source, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's all in there. Your telephone, everything is laid out like your phone. Keypad, contacts, recent calls. The Apple CarPlay button or Android Auto if you're on Android Auto. And a few vehicle functions. Fuel consumption, some driver information, what fuel range you've got left, how long the car's been running on this cycle, your average speed for your journey. This car also has, which my GR Yaris doesn't have, because here's my phone, it's not tethered to the car in the respect of a cable. It's got wireless Apple CarPlay. I wasn't expecting that feature on this car. Hazard warning light button tucked to there. A little information panel to tell you whether that airbag's off, and it does all its self checks. And the last thing to look at really is the air conditioning. We've got auto air conditioning in this car. Set your temperature with that button. I'll turn it off. Or you can go manual air conditioning. You can control the fan speed here, your distribution button, heated mirrors, heated rear windscreen, front heated windscreen. This is a relatively cheap car, and it's got lots of locks and lots of little features, really nice features. We have one USB-C port down here, which takes these cables. We have a 12-volt power outlet under there. There it is, you've got to pull it up. Space for your phone, and my iPhone fits in there perfectly. Two cup holders there, another cup holder here, manual handbrake on this car, and this one being an automatic, the usual standard automatic, park, reverse, neutral, drive. And if you pull the Aygo gear stick across when you put it in drive, you can actually drive this car as a manual and select the gears. All in all, this is a very, very nice place to be. Lots and lots of features in the car. You'll be very comfy in one of these. We haven't looked at the air vents. Roll the air vents. I like them. They're simple. Really, really simple. Another big vent in the dashboard there. Vent for demisting the side glass there. Another one on that side. Interior light up in the top. Mirror in the driver's side sun visor. My GR Yaris doesn't have that. Mirror in the passenger side sun visor. The SOS button is under this protective cover so you don't press it. Simple switches on the interior light. Margaret's got the darker interior in her car. So like my Yaris, it's a very dark interior, black everything. I prefer dark interiors, that's a personal thing. Now, all in all, this is a really, really nice car. Nice place to be. It's the first time I've had any car with any time in the car on myself without Margaret, and it's nice just to have a wander around the car and go through some of its features and just give you a quick overlay of the car. It's just first impressions at the moment. Once again, I want to thank you for spending the last half an hour wandering around this Aygo X, having a look at the car, having a look at some of the features, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider liking, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching.